She's a mom by day and a violent queen on fight nights. She is Lucia Szabova,
Aber bis dahin gibt's noch
the pride of Slovakia, and a Muay Thai technician who can also grapple the living daylights out of anyone who dares to stand in her way.
Ditcheva tam je chycená a konec.
Some even whisper that she might be Dakota Ditcheva's kryptonite.
Tam je opět ponukne na ten armbar, ale Szabova už je po finiši.
And in this video, we're going to show you why she is. Today, we're diving deep into the rise of the scariest female prospect to come out of Europe in recent times. But before we get into the video, please consider using your hype feature on this video. It will help support your favorite fighters like Lucia Szabova and Dakota Ditcheva and help us to keep creating content. Born in Bratislava, Slovakia on December 23, 1997, Lucia Szabova entered a world where quiet strength would become her defining trait. Growing up in the heart of Central Europe, the silent killer wasn't raised in the glitter of global fight capitals, but in the gritty gyms of her hometown, where discipline echoed louder than applause. As a teenager, Lucia discovered Muay Thai, and she instantly knew she was meant to do it. Within years, Szabova started building a reputation in Slovakia's striking scene. From local tournaments to winning the Slovak Open in 2018, she carved out a name and place for herself as one of the nation's most dangerous strikers. After making a successful start to her MMA career in 2019, Lucia Szabova entered a four-woman exhibition tournament with modified rules under the Octagon banner. The modified rules for Octagon Underground 4 included a ban on ground strikes, meaning that once the fight went to the mat, a fighter could only maintain active control for a maximum of 3 seconds before the referee would return the action to a standing battle. In the opening round, the silent killer lived up to her name, walking to the cage with a calm and almost icy composure to face Paula Marcisova. But the moment the bell rang, that silence turned into violence as Lucia unleashed a thudding head kick that landed flush. Marcisova instinctively rushed in to clinch, but she only found herself eating a barrage of brutal knees to the face.
Do klece, tak není místo pro úsměv.
Smelling blood, Szabova shifted gears and snaked her arms around for a standing rear naked choke.
Je drtivý a od první chvíle dostala se jí dozad.
In a blink, she dragged the fight to the canvas, tightened her grip, and cut off Marcisova's blood supply.
Naked choke respektive, Marcišová tam je chycená a konec.
In the semifinals, Szabova faced Lucia Krajčovic, and both fighters came out swinging like they'd had 3 espressos each. Szabova opened with crisp and stinging strikes. But every time she tried a takedown, the referee practically yanked them back to their feet like an overzealous parent at a playground. On the feet, Szabova was landing punches that stung and kicks that made Krajčovic reconsider her life choices. She controlled the pace, danced circles around her opponent, and left Krajčovic chasing shadows more than fighting.
I teď úplně vzdálilo. Tvrdá zadní, znovu.
After 3 rounds of sweat, energy, and enough drama to fill a reality show, the judges handed Szabova a comfortable decision.
To nebaví už a hlavně jak to skončí.
Szabova hit a minor speed bump in the final, losing to Teresa Bleda. But she bounced back in a big way in professional MMA against Anzelika Petkovic at Octagon 18, where she reminded everyone why she was considered a rising star. Szabova once again marched to the cage like a silent demon, and the moment the fight began, she went straight to work, barely missing on a crushing head kick. Before digging in a few knees to Anzelika's baby incubator.
Szabova otvírá high kickem. Koleno a tělo.
Anzelika tried to take the fight to the mat.
Je jasné, že půjde právě po té zemi.
But it was Szabova who showed her exactly how it's done.
Jedna věc je jasná, děvčata.
After a few frantic scrambles, Szabova worked her magic on the ground, sinisterly locking in an arm and snapping it with a textbook armbar to secure her second pro MMA victory. It was quick, precise, and a terrifying reminder that while Szabova looks harmless, there's no room for mercy when she's in the cage, and her next opponent would find that out pretty soon. Szabova returned to action in October 2023 at Octagon 47. But instead of jumping straight back into MMA, she revisited her Muay Thai roots. Her comeback opponent was the tough-as-nails Alexandra Andersrod, who gave the Slovakian a comeback fight to remember. Szabova came out guns blazing, unleashing a relentless barrage of punches.
Beide clinchen jetzt hier. Und Szabova schließt mit dem Kick.
Harte Hand von
Kicks and knees that kept Andersrod on the defensive early.
Hier ausgepackt werden.
Auch besser mit Knien die Gegnerin attackieren. Hier die Innenbahn für Szabova. Das heißt, sie kann besser.
It wasn't an easy welcome back.
Hier. Immer wieder dieser Szabova.
Da versucht sie es mal mit dem...
Andersrod had her moments, landing sharp counters and showing flashes of brilliance. But for most of the opening frame, she fought off the back foot.
Alvarez hat es mit dem Knie versucht, ist aber Frequenz von Szabova deutlich höher als
Nächste gute Ellbogen von Szabova.
Pablo Picantusch gerade irgendwas vom Boden.
Round 2 kicked off much like the first, with Andersrod charging in bravely despite being on the back foot.
Rechten Auge. Das ist
Szabova wasn't in warm-up mode anymore, however.
hier gelandet. Können einen dieser Pushkicks wegstecken. Aber schön ist,
Immer
dass
wieder.
das weiß man.
She kept her foot on the gas and began overwhelming Andersrod with relentless volume.
Oder eine Unterbrechung vom Arzt hier zu provozieren.
Also wirklich, es vergeht eigentlich.
Her punches and kicks flowed with precision, landing almost at will as she took control of the exchanges.
Diese trifft auch größtenteils.
By the end of the round, Andersrod's nose was badly busted up, and it was a clear sign of Szabova's growing dominance.
Oder eben einfach die eigene.
The third and final round was the nastiest of them all. Szabova came out firing on all cylinders. Every moment felt like pure punishment for Andersrod, who could do little more than shell up and hope to survive.
Aber bis dahin gibt es noch reichlich gute Unterhaltung zwischen diesen, dass sie wenig Angriffsfläche für diese Stellung.
Szabova poured on the pressure, throwing relentless combinations and marching forward with bad intentions. She clearly wanted a finish to put a bold exclamation mark on her dominant performance. But Anderzad was tougher than a $2 steak.
Langsam, aber sicher die Explosivität nach. Aber
she absorbed the onslaught and refused to fold. When the final horn sounded, Szabova walked away with a clear, unanimous decision win, making a dominant comeback and sending a strong message to girls in Octagon FC that the Lioness was back, hungrier than ever.
dann können auch die treffen.
Silent Killer, Lucia Szabova.
Back in MMA, Szabova delivered another performance that turned heads both locally and abroad. Fans watching in the arena and those tuning in from overseas could see it clearly. She wasn't just another fighter. Her skill, aggression, and composure proved she was a special talent who truly belonged on the bigger stage. At Octagon 55, Lucia Szabova faced Rosa Gumiena, and right from the opening bell, she made it clear that this was her territory. Szabova came out like a storm, unleashing her elite Muay Thai weapons that instantly put Rosa on the defensive. She shot for a takedown early, but it didn't work. She didn't flinch. She went right back to piecing Rosa up on the feet before changing levels again, this time nailing the takedown. Once on the mat, she smoothly transitioned to full mount, then snatched the back, threatening a tight rear naked choke. Rosa barely survived the round. Round 2 saw Szabova sticking to her blueprint. She opened up with sharp combinations, keeping Rosa guessing before shooting for takedowns. This time, Rosa was more prepared and answered back with some crisp strikes of her own. But in her eagerness to turn the tide, Rosa overcommitted, and Szabova capitalized by shooting in clean and dragging her to the mat. From there, Szabova stayed relentless, scrambling into dominant positions and fishing for a submission. Rosa defended well, so Szabova settled for a few ground shots before they returned to their feet. Szabova finished strong with another takedown.
Tak jestli jsme se bavili o tom, kdo to kolo získá.
Round 3 was do or die time, and Rosa knew it. She stormed out like a woman trying to KO her debt collector, swinging for that miracle Hail Mary finish.
Tam ten zápas Rosa ztrácí, dělá dobrou práci.
But Szabova wasn't about to hand her a comeback story. The moment Rosa overstepped, Szabova ducked under and slammed her to the mat with ease.
nastupuje úplně stejně a Gumina, jak si s tím poradila dvakrát ve druhém?
From there, it was like watching a python play with its food. Szabova slid to the back, fishing for a rear naked choke, but Rosa scrambled desperately. Szabova simply snatched her arm like a Black Friday deal, extended it past its warranty, and forced the tap in brutal fashion. 4 months after dismantling Rosa Gumiena, Szabova stepped back into the cage to face seasoned Spanish veteran Aitana Alvarez. And once again, she showed everyone why the hype around her was real. The fight opened with a few classy, almost flirtatious exchanges, the kind where both fighters are just testing the waters.
Zatím má ty ruce docela uvolněné, lítají to hezky a rychle. Byla zatažená v tom zápase.
But that honeymoon phase ended fast as Alvarez slammed her foot on the gas like a woman late for work and started throwing heat at Szabova. Szabova tried to slow things down with a takedown, but when that didn't work, she switched gears and went full Muay Thai queen. Her counters were laser guided, and she tagged Alvarez with the kind of precision that'd make a sniper jealous. Eventually, Szabova dragged the fight to the mat, where she bossed Alvarez around for the rest of the round. Round 2 was basically a master class, with a bit of violence sprinkled on top. Szabova opened up with a Muay Thai showcase, like she was auditioning for a highlight reel packed with sharp kicks and slick punches. But she'd soon shift gears and drag Alvarez to the mat, like a bouncer escorting someone out of the club. Once down there, Szabova unleashed a ground-and-pound storm that rattled Alvarez like a loose shopping cart wheel. She smoothly transitioned to back mount, threatened a rear naked choke, and kept hammering away. Alvarez had zero answers, looking like she forgot the Wi-Fi password, but she again managed to survive the round. It was now 2 rounds to none. Round 3 was Alvarez's do-or-die moment, and by do, I mean land the kind of knockout that makes it to every highlight reel on Instagram. But Szabova wasn't about to turn this into a slugfest just for the drama. The moment the round began, she shot for a takedown, and she nailed it. From there, Szabova parked herself on top and controlled Alvarez like she had the remote. Alvarez squirmed and struggled, but there was no comeback montage waiting for her. The clock ticked away, and Szabova coasted like a pro to a clean decision win to move to 7-0 as a professional. With her triumphant MMA comeback in 2024 setting the stage, Szabova decided 2025 wasn't going to be just another year. It was going to be her year. And she made that loud and clear when she opened her campaign by submitting seasoned veteran Kalindra Faria with a spectacular Americana.
Som to pustila, ale malo to byť asi Americana, no, neviem.
In August 2025, Szabova's rise reached its biggest stage yet as she earned a bantamweight title shot against Cecilia Bolander. This wasn't just another fight on her record. This was the moment to prove that she wasn't merely knocking on the door of greatness. She was ready to kick it down and redecorate the whole house. As soon as the fight began, Cecilia Bolander came out like a woman on a mission. She marched forward with heavy pressure, throwing heat and looking to end the fight before anyone had time to settle in. But Szabova wasn't rattled. She moved gracefully on the back foot, picking her shots with the calm precision of someone who's been here before. Soon, Szabova shot in and landed a powerful takedown that sent shockwaves through the cage. Bolander looked momentarily dazed on impact, and after a brief, almost confusing pause, Szabova decided she'd had enough of the feeling out process. She swarmed her opponent with vicious ground and pound, hammering away with punches that made the crowd roar. Bolander tried to defend, but the Slovakian assassin was relentless. Szabova kept the pressure on, breaking her down shot by shot. In the fourth minute, Szabova unleashed a series of savage elbows that echoed through the arena. Bolander crumbled under the assault, forcing the referee to step in.
Wow, další tvrdý úder.
Just like that, Lucia Szabova became the Octagon FC Bantamweight champion in dominant fashion. At 10-0, Lucia Szabova has firmly established herself as one of the most hyped and dangerous fighters to emerge from Europe in recent years. Many fans and analysts believe she could be the perfect antidote to the Dakota Ditcheva storm that's been sweeping through the MMA world. Both women are rising queens of the sport, skilled, fearless, and destined for greatness. And with the UFC sitting as the ultimate destination for both, it's not crazy to imagine a future showdown that could set the fight world on fire. But the big question remains, who would come out on top when they eventually cross paths? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.